everybody raved about that soundtrack.
Oh, God.
So I don't know if like the director's like, yeah, let's crank this shit up.
Welcome to Tairimo Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody. With me in second chair is the boy who crashed his light cycle into a concrete barrier on the way here. It's Ryan.
Up
You learn how to drive better, Ryan.
ever.
So today we're bringing you another Blockbuster Boys. We went out and watched the brand new Tron Ares movie. Just to give everyone a warning, this movie's going to contain spoilers, so if you don't want the movie spoiled, go watch the movie yourself and come back and listen to our review. So Ryan, you're the one who recommended this movie for us to watch.
I did.
What's your history with the Tron franchise?
I am glad you asked. I have never before seen the original Tron, but when the second one came out, Tron Legacy, my best friend from school had seen it. He was like, "You got to watch Tron Legacy. You got to watch Tron Legacy." And I didn't care at all because I associated Tron with the Tron guy. Remember Tron
Yeah,
guy?
dude, I was thinking that during the whole movie.
Yep.
And I was
I
gonna.
I avoided Tron specifically for that guy because I was like, I don't want to watch this movie. This movie's for nerds, and that's coming from me. So he's going on. It's like you gotta watch Tron Legacy. It's amazing. The ending's amazing, and I just kind of was like, yeah, yeah, I'll get to it. And then one day it was on like Stars. Remember Stars Network?
I think it's still
Um,
around, unless they
is
renamed
it still
stuff.
around? Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll turn it on. And I gotta tell you, I absolutely love the movie. Um, Not only the visuals that Tron's known for, but I really, what I really loved about the movie was the protagonist, Sam Flynn. He's one of my favorite fictional characters.
Really?
I think you know where this is going.
No, I don't.
Well, I was very hopeful to see another movie featuring Sam Flynn,
Oh,
who is
okay.
very
I now
quickly,
I know where you're going.
yeah. And
Oh,
I didn't get that, but I really loved Tron Legacy, and so one day I'll go back and watch the original. But Legacy is one of my favorite movies.
well, Ryan. I mean, we got three spots coming up.
Yeah.
So you've seen the second movie. I've never seen
Yep.
either the first or the second movie. I went
Yeah.
to
I didn't expect you to.
Yeah, I went to this movie. It's like I really don't care about Tron,
Yeah.
but I mean, this wasn't exactly a movie I was going to executive veto. Like, there's no we save that kind of stuff for like Oppenheimer.
No.
But apparently, this movie's like a soft reboot, and it's like the third movie in the franchise. Like, I did not know that. I thought it was going to be like a complete reboot.
Yeah.
I've heard that if you've watched the first, and especially the second movie, you'll understand the characters better in this movie. But even so, like I felt like I understood the movie pretty well.
Yeah. Sam from the second movie, Sam gets mentioned a couple times, and one of the other characters, Cora, that is like his love interest at the end of the movie, gets mentioned, but not a lot of other mentions. There's like a painting of the villain from the first movie in the office,
Yeah, I
and
I heard that that Derringer's dad was the villain in the first movie.
yeah,
But yeah, there's our history with Tron. I got none in Ryan's why I love the second movie. That's probably why you wanted to watch this movie so bad.
yep, it's exactly why I wanted to watch this movie.
But before we get deeper into the movie, Ryan, what was your theater experience like?
I wanted to go. I've been doing matinees because they're cheaper, but not a lot of people show up, and I've been starting to want to go like at 7 on the weekends, like 7 p.m. on the weekends when the crowd's there. I didn't get to go at 7, so I went to another matinee showing. There were, not surprisingly, considering the news, a few people there, and I still heard quite a few laughs. They got rid of the chocolate chip cookie sundae at this particular theater that I went to. That was a bad sign. I just had popcorn instead.
That's fair enough.
What was yours?
So like I've said the last few movies, I've been going on Tuesdays because the tickets are like dirt cheap and the crowds are
Yep.
not there. So right before I got off work, I went to the website. I got the ticket for $6.47. I was like, wow, that is
Yeah,
cheap. I think that's one Tuesday and two, like what's going on with this movie. We'll talk about it in a second.
yeah,
But so I was like, you know what? Like this is enough. Like I saved like so much money, probably like $14, not going to like a weekend night showing that like I'm gonna go
yep.
get some like snow caps. So if you don't know, theater stuff is marked up. So I went and looked at like the menu on the website. I was like, okay, how much are snow caps? So I was like snow caps during movies when I was a kid. $6. So I was like, okay, what's the cost at Walgreens? $2. Like, okay, so the markup's three times. So I went to Walgreens, got some snow caps, went into the movie, ate all the snow caps before the trailers were done. But as for people in the theater, 5:30 on Tuesday, there was maybe there was probably like 10 people, and the 10 people were between like three groups. So I don't know if that was just it being Tuesday or the word's gotten out about this movie because the reviewers on it last time I checked, Rotten Tomatoes, the review score is 55%, and then the audience score is 89%. So audiences were loving it, but critics were hating it.
And I've been going to the wrong websites. I've been hearing that audiences have been hating this movie.
Well, we'll get into it.
Is it the theater you and I usually go to?
Yeah, I need to start going to the closer one, but I don't want to pull the trigger on trying something new. Audience scores are 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, just a small summary of the movie. Basically, stars Jared Leto. He's a AI created by Derringer. He's like the villain corporation head of the. He's like the crazy CEO guy in this movie. The whole idea of the movie is revolving around bringing stuff in the grid, or people would call it the Tron world. But I've heard like Tron's like a character in like the other movies, but they're not in this movie.
Yeah, the other two movies.
Yeah, but it's they're trying to pull people out of the grid Tron world. Well, Derringer wants to turn them into like weapons of war. So like the light cycles and the discs and that. With Jared Leto's character Ares being like a super soldier, and then the rival company, which is the good company, they want to fix like world hunger and stuff with by pulling stuff out. So they're kind of fighting over the code that lets stuff stay out of the Tron world for more than 29 minutes. So Ares ends up kind of gaining humanity, even though he's an AI, and basically he's trying to find a way to become permanent while stopping like the evil bad guy corporation. So Ryan, give me your first thoughts on this movie.
Okay, fasten your seatbelts. I'm of two minds about it. One, like I said earlier, I wanted this to be a direct sequel to Tron Legacy, featuring Sam Flynn, who is Jeff Bridges' character's son, and Cora, who you don't know, but she's from the last movie. And she was a program that ended up in the real world and did not disappear after 29 minutes. Obviously, I didn't get that because in the very like first 3 minutes of the movie, they were like, and this is Sam Flynn. He was CEO of Encom, and then he left for personal reasons. Anyway, here's his new person. So I was very disappointed on that front. That being said, as a film in its own right, and this is probably going to anger a lot of people, I'm in the middle about this movie. I didn't hate it as much as I've seen people hate this movie. It did have its problems, and there was some Disney pandering pretty out in the open, but not enough for it to be you know, not enough for it to be distracting. But I quite liked this movie.
Ryan, I don't have any final thoughts now because you said everything I was gonna say.
Welcome.
What else can I add? I mean, the whole movie, it felt like there was peaks and there was valleys. It was just constantly going through
Yep.
them. There was problems with the movie. But there was like good segments. It's, I mean, I went into the movie not caring about Tron, and I came out still not caring about Tron, but I don't hate Tron. I think it's more like a middle of the road movie. It's got problems. It's got good things. I mean, if you get theater tickets for $6.47, certainly go for it. But I mean, here's my problem. Like I said, I've never seen the first two movies, but I'm familiar about it's like Tron guy. I know about the throwing discs and light cycles. I think like the major problem with this movie is the majority of the movie takes place inside the real world.
That was a lot of people's problem with this movie. I liked the idea of bringing them into the real world,
Yep.
but my problem with it was just they did it too much to where there wasn't a lot of time in the grid, which is what made Tron interesting in the first place.
Yep, that's what I thought during the whole movie. It's like, oh boy, we're another real world segment. And it's like anytime we were in the grid, I was like enjoying myself because of how cool the architecture was. It's like that scene at the beginning where Ares and his team break into like the grid of like the good corporation. Like that's
Yeah.
interesting. Like where they're fighting the security programs. Like that's interesting. And then we really don't get anything like that for the rest of the movie. We get like maybe one escape sequence whenever the CEO lady gets sucked in and him and her are escaping on the jet ski. But there just wasn't enough grid stuff in the movie. I think that's what hurts
Yeah.
the film.
Yeah.
I want to see like speeder bikes. Like, well, are they called light cycles or speeder bikes or what are they called?
Light cycles.
Okay, so I could use the right term. Okay, but like I want to see like the like snake wars with those things. Like there is like a huge like light cycle thing in the real world, but like during the whole thing, I was thinking it's like, okay, how many innocent people are dying during this?
Yeah.
So they're just like racing through like city streets with the things and creating the walls. And by the way, I know I've heard like music is really important to this movie. Well, the series and guys, no, I noticed like right away in the movie, it was like, oh, Nine Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack. Ryan, what do you think about the soundtrack?
I love the soundtrack. You're right. The soundtrack is important too, especially the second movie. Daft Punk did the soundtrack of the second movie. Nine Inch Nails, I thought, did a really good job to the point I've been listening to that soundtrack all week. I still prefer Daft Punk's soundtrack from the second movie, but I thought Nine Inch Nails did a killer job picking up the torch.
Yeah, like I thought the music sounded very Tron esque from
Yep.
what little I know about Tron. But that I do have a complaint, and tell me what you think of this. The music was too loud, and they were putting it over talking
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah. I can definitely get behind that.
Like I wish they would have tuned down the music sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know if they kind of like use that as a crutch because of the second movie.
What do you mean?
I don't know if they leaned into that a little too hard because it was a really big thing about the second movie was everybody raved about that soundtrack.
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't know if like the director's like, yeah, let's crank this shit up.
Oh, they cranked it too up.
Yeah,
I'm surprised focus groups are like, I can't hear what the damn they're saying.
yeah.
But anyways, next, the story of the thing. Ryan, did you think the story was insanely predictable, like I did?
Predictable in the sense of like I didn't get a sense of they were going for a lot of twists and turns. It just felt like a, you know, classic good guy fights bad guy story.
So the reason I'm saying it's predictable is because I was predicting like every story beat. Like I went in
Yeah.
knowing nothing about the movie. It's like okay, he's saying like words like expendable to Ares, so Ares is gonna turn against him. Like, okay, they're
Yep.
gonna go and do this now. Oh,
Yep.
Athena is wants the position, and now she's gone mad. Like it was. I just felt like the story was insanely predictable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. When he started using the word expendable, you could tell where it was going.
Yeah, especially when he's like looking at the rain, he's like, "Oh, this is amazing," and the
Yep.
firefly that lands on him is like, "Okay, he's gained
Yep.
empathy," and then, oh, he's looking at like all the CEO's videos, the lady CEO's videos, and she's saying like all this nice stuff, so he's clearly gonna
Yep.
turn on Derringer.
Yeah.
By the way, what'd you think about Derringer? Is like the villain of the movie.
I I probably a little bit biased that I like that actor, Evan Peters. I really dug him as a villain. I also liked that once Agent Scully made her exit, he
Yeah,
showed
killing him.
remorse, even though he'd been like, let's kill everybody type of villain up to that point. That was nice. They threw a little shades of, I don't know if shades of gray is the right term I want to use, but you know what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, Gray sounds kind of yeah, like remorseful, like oh what have I
Yeah,
done type thing.
yeah.
Personally, I think he sucked as a villain.
You didn't like him as a villain?
No, because he comes off like your crazy like I said, crazy CEO guy.
Yeah, he does kind
Marv,
of.
the Disney does on Marvel.
Yeah, he does kind of go a little like crazy, like hooting and hollering a lot at certain points of the film. It was like, all right, could be a little understated, but did you feel like Agent Scully should have been the villain?
I thought she was going to be at the start, like she was grooming him to
Yeah,
be like a villain, but they throughout the whole movie, it's like, oh, I'm disappointed in you. Like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this illegal thing. Like, you're destroying our legacy. Just throughout the whole movie
yeah,
until Athena finally is like, all right, she's a threat, kill her. She's in my way.
yeah,
But and I mean, I just don't believe him being like the movie ends like I don't know, kind of a cliffhanger, building up to like a sequel where he's gonna be like the main, like using like the grid to like if they make a sequel, this makes enough money.
yeah,
It's made 66 million so far, but word's getting out
yeah.
that it's not the greatest movie in the world. So I think it had a huge fall off. But I just don't see him being like a good villain if they do make another movie. But on the flip side of that, what'd you think about Athena as a villain, though?
I'm gonna talk later in more detail about being able to separating the art from the artist. I like her as a villain, but she's in a show called Star Wars Acolyte,
Yeah, yep, yep.
and it was hard for me to get past that at some points. But I actually did like her as a villain. I thought she was pretty formidable as one,
Well, I mean,
even though she got on my nerves at some points.
yeah. Was she formidable? Yes, but I think she was incompetent for like being the
Oh
computer
yeah,
program she was. 'Cause,
like
like
when she stopped to feel
feel
the
the
rain.
rain, sprinkler system. Yeah, it's like what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
Like you could say you've literally got a counter on your like eye that's showing you like how long to. You could zap her and feel the rain at the same time. But that went
yeah,
like nowhere because like I thought that was going to actually go somewhere because like that's kind of what Ares does at the beginning with the rain and the firefly, but like it went
yeah,
absolutely nowhere.
yeah,
It's like she's on a 29-minute timer and has to like fly to get there. So like why she's like instead of like just leaning down and shooting Eve under the pinball machine, she's ripping the pinball machines and throwing them around and wasting like way too much time. She just felt like too incompetent. I think
yeah.
it's not like Eve ever fought back really. And by the way, what do you think about like Jared Leto's performance?
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to not complain about because I'm not complaining about his performance, but the reactions to it I'm seeing. People kind of can't get past Jared Leto as a person, and like that's partly why some people refuse to see this movie. I can separate the art from the artist at most of the time. I actually liked his performance. I'm not the biggest fan of Jared Leto. I actually liked his performance as Ares. It's a bit stiff at some points, but for what it was, I thought he did a good job, especially toward the end.
Yeah, I think if he didn't have so many flops behind him and like roles like
Joker.
Morbius, yeah, he was the Joker, baby. Like I think he'd have a way better reputation.
Yeah,
But like I felt like maybe if they didn't cast Jared Leto, maybe Keanu Reeves would have been an excellent choice because Leto
yeah,
always gives me like a Keanu Reeves
yeah,
vibe. But luckily for me, I don't know anything about these people outside of these movies.
yeah,
I know Athena's actors said a bunch of stuff, so whatever. But yeah, I mean we've looked past the art and the artist type thing before. I mean, just look at
yeah.
our maximum overdrive review,
Yep.
or when we talk about Mark Hamill, freaking completely nuts nowadays. But yeah, I think you're right. He was stiff at parts, but it kind of fit with the whole it's an AI like learning empathy and all that.
Yeah.
I will say this: I really love the scene with him and Flynn like having their discussions.
Yep. In the original grid, I thought that was a clever way to bring the original grid from Tron back.
Yeah, I just wish they would have done more with that, like the 1980s Tron world.
Yeah.
And that was probably the two segments of the movie I remember the most where you what the characters were saying. It was the car scene after they stole that like gas station guy's car, and they were talking like, "Oh yeah, I need you to teleport me in this world. I've only got this much time," and it's like the 19th whenever Flynn and him are talking. It's like the dialogue's great. It's like, oh, what's your favorite? Like, do you listen to Mozart? And like, oh no, I prefer this pop band. It's like, why is that? It's like, I don't know. I got a feeling. It's like, oh, you've got empathy. Okay, like
Yeah.
that stuff's like really really cool.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have cranked down the music and cranked up the voice volume. All right, Ryan, let's break things up by doing some boys in action.
I
So, Ryan, if you were in this movie, where'd you die?
uh probably oh definitely the break-in espionage scene where they got to fight all the other
Security
I won't say
program.
Trons, but
Yeah.
AIs. You remember the scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You talked about earlier.
They're throwing discs and got the like
Yeah.
twin
Yeah. I'm
handle,
going.
like the bow staff blade thing.
Yeah, I'm going out there.
Okay. You'd be like the one guy who got nuked.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was a Tron, that's probably a safe bet. I might be even one of the guards there. Now, on the reverse side, if you were in the real world person, where'd you die?
Are in the real world. I really want to say in one of the jets when they try to kill the recognizer. Oh, if I were in the real world, that motorcycle chase.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
actually hit a concrete barrier and
Yep.
bust my head open.
Yep.
All right, those are boys in action. All right, I'm gonna come out here and say it. Ryan, have you ever seen Ready Player One?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just curious, but during the entire movie, I was like, I'd rather be watching Ready Player One right now.
I loved Ready Player
I
One.
did too.
So much so that I bought the book.
Did you think about it anytime during this movie?
Um, yeah, I think I did, as a matter of fact. Can't remember at what points, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Didn't I can't remember, didn't the villain have like virtual reality goggles on at one point?
Derringer.
Yeah.
I don't think he did, because like every time he interacted with the grid world, he had that like Matrix non-baby face and was
Yeah.
typing into his console to interact with it.
Into this console. Yeah, I can't remember, but there was a certain point. I can't remember what triggered it, but there was a certain point I thought about Ready Player One.
I was thinking about through the whole movie. It was like
Everybody
whenever.
go watch Ready Player One.
Yeah, I was thinking it's like if Jeremy was here, we'd watch Ready Player One probably next. Well, after Popeye the Slayer Man. Yeah, I just kept thinking it's like okay, Ready Player One did this better. Ready Player One did this better. Ready Player One did this
Yeah,
better.
that was kind of the thing about this movie too, was I would watch it and I would think about all the other movies that kind of did this plot already, like Rogue AI in the real world. But and still enjoyed it for the most part.
There you go. I was expecting that earlier.
Yeah,
I will say though, I did thoroughly enjoy like the visuals in this movie.
yeah, visuals are great.
I think that's where the majority of the $160 million budget went.
Yep.
I will ask though, what was your favorite scene?
I'm gonna have to again split it into two. I have to do favorite scene associated with the movie and favorite scene associated with the previous movie.
That's fine.
Favorite scene associated with the movie would probably the break-in scene, the espionage scene. I really dug that. I dug the fight. I also really dug the final confrontation with Ares and Athena. I liked that. I also really love the part where Athena, you know what the recognizer is?
No.
It's this big ship, with, like two sides and like a crossbar, and it's really freaking huge.
Are you talking about like
And
the ship she
Athena,
was
like,
driving?
yep,
Okay. Yeah.
he prints it, and it's like it's not gonna fit inside this building, and it won't. And it smash cuts to like this giant kaiju just flying over skyscrapers.
Yeah,
That made me laugh.
I didn't know that thing had a name. Okay, I thought it was like,
Yeah,
oh, that looks like a Space Invaders type. Yep. I was like,
yeah,
but like I know in like the original like Tron video game that thing would appear.
yeah. And then my favorite scene associated with the last movie is the final scene that suggests that Ares is going after Cora, which is the love interest, quote unquote, from the second movie. And he's looking at like a picture of Sam Flynn from the first movie with Cora, and then like I guess an older picture of Cora, which seems to suggest if they were gonna make a fourth movie in 3 years, they're not, that it would be him going after those two. Because she's like him, but that ain't gonna happen.
Well, I mean, this movie took 9 years, and this whole thing boils down to like, is it gonna make enough money? I doubt it. Like, you remember, Ghostbuster 2016 made more money than its budget, but didn't make enough money because
Right.
you know theaters have their cut and all that, so
Yep.
it lost money. I think at the very least, this movie, I think it'll lose some money, but it's not gonna break even or make profit that it needs. But
Yeah.
maybe in 10 years they'll decide to do another reboot or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ryan, with AI becoming as advanced as it is, maybe in 10 years they'll be able to cut down the production costs using AI.
We'll see.
Well, then again, you'll probably have the tools to make your own Tron movie.
Yeah. All Sam Flynn. All Sam and Cora. Every scene.
All right, Ryan, I'm past topic on to you.
I was gonna like address the obvious pandering, but I think I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah, it wasn't too. I didn't think it was too obnoxious. I mean, you could tell it's like okay, all
No.
these characters are minorities, but
Right.
whatever.
Just the fact that one side wants to solve world hunger and the other one person wants to blow shit up.
Yeah, white people are the villains.
Um,
Look at the
but
modern day
it
Hollywood.
wasn't it wasn't in your face obnoxious. And I actually like that the actress that plays what's her name?
Uh,
Eve.
Yeah.
I did laugh in the very beginning of the movie when I thought Eve and her sister were not sisters, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I never got the vibe that they were a couple. I always felt like they were
For a
sisters.
second I did. And they were like sisters, like, oh, I feel
Ryan,
silly.
I don't think they want another Lightyear situation.
Yeah.
I think Disney's kind
Disney?
of yeah. I think they've kind of learned.
Did they learn?
I'm pretty sure they did.
What did you think of the ending?
Well, I mean, it was predictable. Yeah, it's just everything I've said. Predictable. Athena was just way too inefficient. I think we all knew the good company was going to be able to solve world hunger with it. I thought Derringer was going to get arrested though, but it kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
I was thinking, it's like, oh yeah, whenever he started messing around with the controls, like, oh, he's going to try to suck himself into the grid to escape. And then
Yeah.
he's either going to face consequences from Athena or he's going to become something to try to escape from it. Then, so the second one's what happened. And I kind of figured that Jared Leto was going to do the Bruce Wayne thing where, like, oh yeah, he fucks off to be hidden, but Ares
Yeah.
wasn't smashing Catwoman box.
No. Was there a mid credits sequence?
No, there wasn't even after
It was
credits.
just the ending, right? The
Yeah,
end credits where
yeah, I
he goes
stayed.
on the grid.
Yep, I stayed around. It's like, yeah, this is a Disney movie, and maybe they'll do something. But nope, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, final thoughts?
I really enjoyed this movie. I've heard chatter online of people really not liking it. I'm kind of middle, like I said, I'm middle of the road about it. I didn't think it was heinous. It's not, the greatest in the world. Obviously, I prefer the second Tron movie. But yeah, I think it's worth a watch.
Fair enough. As for me, I'm with Ryan. It's kind of a middle of the ground movie. Like I mentioned, it's got highs and lows in the movie. It could have used with some tightening up the script. If you buy a ticket for $6.47, you're certainly going to enjoy the movie. If you see it on free on TV or streaming services, it's something to enjoy. But I mean, it's a bad movie. Nope. It's a great movie. Nope. It's enjoyable. Let's say that. All right, Ryan. Let's scale this bad boy. So This isn't part of Tairimo Ween, so we're just doing what I like to call the similar movie to Jared Leto scale. And we've mentioned both of these movies already. Let's review. So, Ryan, on a scale of Ready Player One to Unalive Squad, not to be confused with The Unalive Squad or the video game Unalive Squad Kill the Justice League, where would you rank this movie?
I'm gonna put it closer to Ready Player One, but not too close. And Unalive Squad is the very bottom.
Yep. I'll place it probably a few notches below, yeah. I'm kind of like middle of the road. Maybe 51 out of 100 type thing, but yep, it's a movie that exists. Go watch Ready Player One. It's a much better movie that does everything this movie's trying to do way better. All right, everyone. Thank you for the episode of the Tairimo Boys podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell us what you would do if you were in the Tron great world. Don't forget to ring the motherfucking bell. Stay tuned for more episodes.